William knows that it is unpalatable for the British monarchy to keep this disastrous couple in the mix when it comes to Andrew and Fergie, but also to have Harry and Meghan constantly dragging down the brand. Both couples are an issue.
Yeah, I feel very strongly.
Who's really pulling the strings behind this unprecedented royal move? The ailing king clinging to legacy, the calculating heir securing his throne, or the unseen machinery of monarchy itself? Because if the reports are true, the House of Windsor isn't just facing another scandal. It's facing a civil war of blood and crown. And Prince Harry's sudden race to London might be the last chance to stop it. London, 2025. The air around Buckingham Palace feels heavier than usual. Not from ceremony, but from silence. King Charles, battling an unforgiving illness, has quietly stepped back from the daily machinery of power. In his place stands Prince William, cautious, deliberate, and fiercely protective of the institution he was born to preserve. But within this shifting balance of power, another name resurfaces like a ghost from exile: Harry, the self-exiled prince, once the soldier of the people, now a man without an army, except one made of cameras, contracts, and controversy. For years, he's waged a public crusade for freedom, a rebellion against the very crown that defined him. But now, as his father's health falters and his brother consolidates control, the prodigal son's return to London isn't just personal. It's political, and behind the palace gates, whispers are growing louder that the royal family's biggest fight isn't with the press or the public, but with itself.
This is so ridiculous, and what O'Brien said about him being a military hero is as ridiculous as when Harry got that award for being a hero of flight. I just about fell off my chair when I heard that, a hero of flight.
Each Netflix special, every explosive interview, and every veiled accusation slowly chipped away at the image of dignity the crown has fought for centuries to uphold. Beside Harry stands Meghan, the Duchess-turned-business mogul, a woman who exchanged royal corridors for Hollywood boardrooms and royal duty for global self-branding. Her rumored cosmetics line, inspired by royal elegance, hasn't gone unnoticed within London's inner circles. To the establishment, it isn't seen as entrepreneurship, but as exploitation, another attempt to profit from the monarchy they claim to have escaped. Inside Buckingham Palace, patience has worn thin. Senior courtiers now whisper that Prince William no longer views the Sussexes as family, but as a brand contaminant, a liability capable of damaging the monarchy's image across the world. In a time when perception defines power, the Sussex Empire isn't just a passion project. It's a rival force challenging the very institution that made them famous.
Prince William knows that it's not just Andrew and Sarah and Beatrice and Eugenie which need to be dealt with. It's Harry, Meghan, Archie and Lily too. And he wants his father to be tougher. I think that has to happen. I really, really do.
Kids have stopped asking if action will be taken. They're now asking when. The timing is deliberate. With the king's health declining, Prince William's authority is expanding, along with his determination to shield the monarchy from its most outspoken defectors. In this new hierarchy, forgiveness isn't strategy, it's weakness. If that holds true, then Harry's sudden return isn't about reconciliation. It's about reckoning. What once seemed like a simple, almost romantic story, a prince falling in love, has transformed into a high-stakes game of power, loyalty and survival within the royal family. When a prince fell for an American actress, the monarchy briefly appeared modern. Their wedding became a global spectacle, celebrated for unity, diversity, and a touch of rebellion. Cameras captured smiles, not schemes. The public embraced a love story while the palace hoped for a fresh chapter. But fairy tales quickly fade under the harsh glare of scrutiny. By 2020, the Sussexes had packed their bags, stepping away from royal duties and declaring a bold new mission: independence. No more courtiers, no more hierarchy, just Harry and Meghan, free to chart their own course and tell their story on their terms.
You know, it's such a joke, Dan. Here, Harry and Meghan are getting awards for being humanitarians. And humanitarians don't treat family like that. They don't betray their country like that.
Freedom quickly morphed into a franchise. What started as a personal reinvention became a sprawling media empire built in the shadows of the palace. A podcast dissecting privilege, a docuseries rewriting history. Every private slight became a headline, and every headline turned into a profit stream. The couple who once pleaded for privacy were now producing it on demand. While Harry spoke of healing, each interview reopened wounds the monarchy desperately sought to close. Every revelation turned reconciliation into spectacle. Every accusation peeled back layers of the family's carefully curated image. Meanwhile, in London, William watched the narrative shift, not just against Harry, but against the crown itself. Each headline questioning the monarchy's compassion or modern relevance became ammunition for critics at home and abroad. The palace tried silence, hoping time would dull the noise. It didn't. The more the Sussexes spoke, the more the institution bled. Between talk shows, tell-alls, and streaming deals, the public stopped asking why Harry left and began wondering what he might disrupt next. In the end, it wasn't exile that changed him, it was attention. And the palace realized that attention might be its greatest threat.
I mean, this is nonsense. They hate it. They didn't like the royal family. They left 5-6 years ago now because they hated it all. Okay, go away. The Queen wished them well, but that's not good enough. What they want is to keep on nagging, to keep on making...
It began subtly, whispers in Parliament. A line tucked into a Sunday editorial about legislation enabling royal titles to be revoked by vote. Initially, it sounded hypothetical. Then came the drafts, the meetings, and the unmistakable message. The monarchy was preparing to clean house. Prince Andrew was the obvious target, but insiders say William's list didn't stop there. Harry had long insisted he wanted distance from the crown, until that distance threatened his brand. Suddenly, he was a prince again, but only when the cameras were rolling. While William focused on duty, Harry focused on documentaries. Meghan, ever strategic, turned every spotlight into a business opportunity. Her rumored royal-inspired ventures blurred the line between heritage and hustle. To critics, it wasn't ambition. It was opportunism packaged in luxury. Behind closed doors, royal advisors compiled data. Polls showed the Sussexes' approval rating had plunged, even below scandal-stained Prince Andrew. That revelation struck harder than any headline, confirming what the palace had long suspected. The couple claiming moral superiority had lost the moral crowd. Yet, as backlash grew, Harry doubled down, casting himself simultaneously as victim and hero, a glaring contradiction, demanding respect from the very system he had spent years dismantling.
I actually would go as far to say that Harry is a traitor because he betrayed his country. He betrayed one of the leading institutions of his country, the monarchy. He disgraced the monarchy. He disgraced his family.
But here's where it takes a sharper turn. The palace isn't merely reacting anymore, it's strategizing. Beneath Buckingham Palace's polished marble, the monarchy has always followed one unshakable principle: survival. Not sentiment, not forgiveness, survival. And right now, that instinct belongs to Prince William. While King Charles battles illness behind closed doors, William has quietly seized control of the royal apparatus. His vision is precise: a monarchy that is leaner, cleaner, and impervious to scandal. The days of messy tabloid feuds and emotional memoirs are over. To protect the institution, the distractions must be eliminated. Enter Harry and Meghan. They are no longer just family, they are case studies. Their defiance, once dismissed as youthful rebellion, now exemplifies how royal privilege can unravel when entwined with fame. Each public confession, each performative revelation, has turned the monarchy's duty into a storyline. William intends to end the franchise. This isn't personal vendetta, it's brand protection. By stripping titles and control, William sends a message. The monarchy is not chaos inherited by birth, it's discipline enforced. The Sussexes broke the rules of silence, and now silence is turning against them.
That is absolutely disgusting. They don't deserve to have any attention from the royal family. And the more that they go on and on about it, the harder we must be.
Doors. Aides call it the restoration. a quiet recalibration of power, or the family. In this new order, individual names become secondary to the institution's survival. Meghan's luxury ventures and Harry's televised grievances aren't merely scandals. They're liabilities on a balance sheet. The bitter irony, the very titles Harry once abandoned now represent his last tether to relevance. Without them, he is no longer a prince in exile. He's just another celebrity chasing attention. The monarchy, stripped to its essentials, will weather the storm. For Harry and Meghan, survival has grown colder. They risk becoming cautionary tales, examples to keep everyone else in line. In this new royal hierarchy, even blood is subject to audit. Across the Atlantic, the couple's empire of influence is losing its luster. Hollywood, once dazzled by royal glitter, now observes with polite exhaustion. The power duo who promised authenticity have become symbols of performance fatigue. Too many confessions, too few convictions. Their Netflix docu-series broke records, but so did the backlash. Each tear, each revelation feels rehearsed. Even supporters grow weary. How long? A commentator whispers, "Can you monetize resentment?" In Washington, where the Sussexes courted political influence, invitations have slowed. Advocacy groups that once championed their modern monarchy narrative now.
William, let me be clear, does not believe his father, the cancer-stricken king, has gone far enough. He thinks Andrew should not even be a prince. He certainly should not be in the United Kingdom. Exile is the only answer. But the problem is that requires an act of parliament. That act of parliament, I am told, William also intends to use to finally jettison the
everything the Sussexes once condemned, privilege, image control, exploitation, has become their own brand strategy. Meghan's latest venture, glossy prototypes of royal-inspired cosmetics, only heightens the contradiction. How do you reject a system while bottling its image for public sale? It's no longer empowerment. It's opportunism with better lighting. Harry fares no better. His memoir, once celebrated as brave, now reads like a diary of entitlement, a man trapped between guilt and greed. Each interview, each tell-all, chips away at the sympathy he once commanded. The soldier prince has become the perpetual complainer, defined not by what he's fought for, but by whom he's fighting against.